Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to another week of Enlightened Idiot. Today, I will be stepping into the weekly rant because Raw's not here this week. We don't know where he is. Somebody must have abducted his ugly ass or something when he was walking down the street and he got pulled up by his kinfolks from outer space or something, or that gap in his teeth. He finally fell through it. I don't know, but he's not here. So I got the rant of the week. And since football season is officially kicking off, I just want to say this. There's four things that you so-called football fans need to do, need to know, and need to understand. First thing first, claim your team, stick with your team. I don't care what quarterback went where. I don't care what favorite running back of yours got traded or which wide receiver got drafted by who. Stick to your team. If you a Cleveland Browns fan, you're a Cleveland Browns fan for life. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, they won't play Shador or we gonna suck this year, so I'm just gonna ride with the Bengals since they in Ohio too. No, nigga, you are a Browns fan. So sit your brown nose and ass down somewhere and root for your team. Put your bag over your head and bark like a dummy for 17 weeks while y'all don't win no games. Number two, stop making excuses, especially you Cowboys, Packers, and Broncos fans. We don't want to hear it. Y'all suck. It wasn't because so and so didn't do this or so and so didn't do that or the refs or they cheating for Patrick. No, y'all suck. Y'all couldn't get it done. Y'all didn't win. Sorry. Especially Cowboys. Y'all know y'all suck every year. I'm sick of hearing this. This is our year, bro. And then week 9, y'all like, all right, well, you know what, though? We got better. We will get them next year. No, shut up. Y'all not ever getting better as long as Jerry Jones is your owner. You're never getting better. Sorry. Number 3, Lamar Jackson's still not going to win a Super Bowl. And the reason is he too black for the NFL. They don't want his face to be the face of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is just black enough, which is why he's the face. They are never going to give a bona fide Negro the keys to the city, aka the National Football League. And finally, I don't want to hear every week, oh, I could have made that throw. I could have made that catch. I could have covered that guy. Man, if I was if you not in the league because you ain't good enough. If you could do all that shit, you would be playing football and not talking about it. So I want to hear no shit, no excuses. Stick for your team, root for your team, win, lose, or draw. Go through the thick and the thin. Be a true football fan and not some bandwagon bitch. Speaking of bandwagon bitches, Hectic,
Wow.
how we doing?
Wow.
I'm just joking, my nigga.
First of
Actually,
all,
Raw
I
not
am a
here.
I am a Bucks fan. Been a Bucks fan since '96. Still gonna be a Bucks fan. Win, lose, draw. Don't matter who's on the team, who's not on the team. Although when Tom Brady was part of our establishment, it was a very exciting time for us. But yeah, I'm not a bandwagoner. Um, yeah, fuck the Cowboys and all that they have going on or not going on. Well, you forgot Jerry Jones is not only the owner, he's the coach, he's the VP, he's the president, he's the water
GM.
boy, he's the defensive coach, he's the he's the cheerleader, he's everything in one. So that's
Yeah.
that.
Speaking of being everything in one,
Hey,
Miss Tasha, what's going down?
I came to say go birds. That's what I came to say. Go birds. Hey
Word
y'all.
up.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Dallas, they've got a beautiful stadium. It's so sad that they'll never bring a Lombardi there. It's
They
very sad.
won't. Never. Never. So, but hey, you know what?
Every Sunday from now till February, from next Sunday till February, there is football on every week. What a time to be alive.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
So excited. The only thing I gotta say is this. Michael Penix Jr., rooting for you, young man. I hope that you can do what everybody is expecting of you.
Mm,
We believe in you, but we not expecting a Super Bowl, my God. Just get us over the hump. Just get us there.
mm.
Help us get better. Okay. And that's one to grow on.
Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Chill. Hold on. You know what time it is, man. Come on, now. All on the table. A cast unmatched. Get outclassed. Who's not typecast for telling fables. The artifacts just kick back. Enjoy the panel. With true flies in all sides. Get different angles. With grown talk the mission. Small talk is missing. Free talk don't always equate to your addition. The difference. No misstep in intellect. Delay stress. This podcast's a safe bet. Stay enlightened.
Yo, so tonight's show is gonna be really exciting because y'all know we all hip hop heads, we all love music, and so we get the opportunity tonight to talk to a few esteemed, very well rounded, very talented musicians, producers tonight. And I'm excited as hell to talk with these people and pick their brains and hear their perspectives from the other side of the microphone. Um, Being a fellow producer myself, I always want to learn from others, and so I'm excited to have this conversation. So we're gonna start with our first guest for the night. Want to introduce everybody to the one and only Mr. Kern Deuce. Kern, what's going on?
What's going on? How you doing, family?
Hey,
Doing
y'all.
all right.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
So, Kern, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of the elevator version of who Kern Deuce is.
So born in Chicago, raised in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've always been into music. So like, well, you know where I live now. I live in Vegas, but I lived all over the place. Um, Always been into music. So I started off rapping. That's how you met me. I was rapping before then, and then like I transitioned completely over to producing because like it's like I just have a ear for that. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
went to school for it. I went to school. I actually got my degree like from LA Films recording school.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
for engineering and producing. So
Nice.
that's where that went to.
Nice. Well, I guess I should have one of your I don't know if y'all got a mascot or not, but whatever the
Oh,
mascot is for LA Film School,
they
we
do not
we
have a mascot.
we go call them the drummers for now. So I'm gonna bring one of your fellow drummers in. Yo, what's up, Mach? It's Mr. Macho Beats. What's going on?
Good evening. Good evening. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, another Los Angeles Recording School alum in the building. So, yeah,
yeah.
big ups to you, brother.
Big ups to you, bro.
Yeah. It's just like the Alpha Phi Alphas up in here.
Uh,
So Mach, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
I'm an old head. I don't want to speak too much of my age, but I fell into music, fell in love with music back in the LL Cool J I'm Bad era. Um, I super hip hop, break dancing, Kango, jogging suit. Came up beatboxing. Actually, when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, I was my big cousin's beatboxer for battle rap, and he would put me on his shoulders. He was 18. He would put me on his shoulders, and I would be in the ciphers. How my mom let me out, but I would be in the ciphers beatboxing for my cousin doing battle raps. That's when it started for me.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And for those that don't know, I know both Mach and Kern personally. These two of my homies, and we've worked together. Definitely worked with both of them on music, and yeah, these my boys. These my boys right here. Um, but the one that I'm not as familiar with, but really admire their work, I want to introduce everybody to Tyler Victoria, aka Tyler on guitar. Um, it's like she might be a little bit busy right now, but she'll tune in with us. So I came across Tyler's Instagram of her playing the guitar, and I was just enamored, just with her talent. And then kind of dove into her profile a little bit and started to discover some things. But I'll let her talk about that. And so I was really excited that she agreed to come and join us on the show. And so, what's Tyler? When you get yourself
Hey guys,
together over there,
I'm sorry about that.
you good to see you kind
My
of
bad,
busy.
my bad. No, I'm good. I was actually helping a colleague.
Yeah.
He's got an issue right now going on. So,
No, we
but,
dig that. We dig that. So tell the people a little bit about you.
hello.
Yeah. Okay, you with us? All right. I would say
Yeah, I'm back.
tell the people a little bit about you.
Yeah, so my name's Tyler. From Atlanta, born and raised, actually from Conyers, Georgia, about 30 minutes east of Atlanta.
Okay.
Um,
Hey.
what else about me? I studied music for about half of my college career. I started at UGA, and then I transferred to Georgia State and studied jazz. Um, After that, I kind of got my first opportunity to tour as a musician with Marsha Ambrosia and Floetry. So that was really cool when I was really young, and then kind of came home and just started my career in music since then. Now I'm working full time as an audio engineer in the live music world. So that's where I'm at tonight. It's a pretty chill night tonight. We just got some DJs rolling, but yeah, doing a lot of live sound right now.
Nice. Nice. That's what's up. So fellow ATLian, I'm pretty familiar with Conyers. I actually was born in the city, but I grew up down in Hancock County, Georgia, Mayfield to be exact. So
Okay.
back and forth from the city, I was always passing through Conyers. So that's what's up. That's what's up. So let's get the conversation started. So I want to know from each one of y'all what got you producing, what made you want to produce.
I go first. What made me want to produce, bro? As you know me personally, but I'll explain it to everybody else. Like for me, I'm sort of a introvert and an extrovert at the same time. So like when you get around me, the rapping stuff it comes natural to me, but at the same time, receiving compliments just from people that you don't know, it kind of felt weird for me at a certain point. Like people coming up to me like, "That's you, that's dope, that's dope." Like I'm appreciative of it, but at the same time, I didn't want to be forefront, so that made me go to the back to still be creative at the same time be involved in the music and everything and still
Yeah,
be have my creative side and hold my creative side down without having to be stage front.
yeah, yeah. No, I dig that. I dig that.
For me, Macho Beats. First off, shout out to Tyler. She worked with Marsha, which was on one of my all-time favorite songs, "Real Big," Nipsey Hussle. That's
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorites. So shout out Tyler for working with some of the greats. For me, beat has always been in my DNA. I was a table drummer. I was a get out of my classroom. I was a macho, stop making noise, just beatboxing and drumming. And it's always been about frequency. I don't know if it for me is more of a spiritual thing or a physical thing, but I'm in love with frequency. I'm in love with beat. I'm infatuated with it. So it just started from the beginning for me, early on.
Nice. Nice. That's what's up. All right, Tyler. What got
Yeah.
you in?
So for me with production, I would say professionally, it was more of a calling more than anything else. It wasn't really something that I grew up wanting to do, more so something that I kind of just fell into. But I think just making music in general, like me and my friends were making songs ever since high school. I actually went to high school with a very big artist now. His name is Teddy Swims.
Hmm.
We had one of the most amazing arts programs and great music educators that really gave us the freedom and the resources to, like, we had Pro Tools and everything like at school. So I think that's really where
Right.
it all started for me. Some of the other people I graduated with went on to become like multi-platinum producers. So I think more than anything is just the community of it. being entrenched in it, and it was really just having my friends at the beginning, and now you get that first placement, and it just kind of snowballs from there. So
Yeah, that's what's up. That's dope. It's like y'all all have different reasons, but it all ties back to just having a love for the music. So that's dope. And when you love what you do, you don't ever work, ever work.
How do y'all feel about, especially in high school, elementary school, like the arts program as a whole being so threatened, or in some cases being totally removed altogether?
I would love to speak on that. I think it's a terrible thing. I think arts programs are essential to the youth and their development creatively. I think for young men and for young women, it just gives people an outlet, a way to express themselves at a young age and kind of figure out who they are. Because the thing about music is that you kind of can't hide from the authenticity of it.
Mhm.
And so I think for a lot of young kids, especially I still work with kids in the school today, they really find themselves, and figure out what's special about them through arts programs, whether it be music or, some other type of art as well. So I just think it's really, really important for human development, to keep that going in schools. And I hate to see it defunded.
To piggyback on that, as an educator myself, there's so many lanes for our kids to blossom, for our kids to bloom, and audio engineering, music production, art, creativity. You can actually sustain a living and a lifestyle from that. And so, from our schools, withholding our kids from reaching their highest capacity and their highest level, I just don't agree with it. When I was in high school, we actually had a here in Denver, Colorado. We actually had a career education center, and I did was able to take audio engineering, music production. I was able to see Pro Tools early on, like Tyler, and experience a few different things and actually get a taste for it. Although music is not my only way that I survive or live or make money, I was able to find lanes and see professionals and see and work with people and learn from people who were actually doing music as a career early on. And I also aspire, even to this day, to be a career tech ed teacher. I would love to go back and go into the classroom and build with our kids and teach.
Super dope.
Yeah, for me, man, basically the thing that both of them said, like, it just opens up. It's a lane for all of that, and it allows the kids to be able to express themselves, their artistic side. You know what I mean? Like growing up, for me, we didn't have that in school. Like, but I wish that we did have that in school because I would have took that up. Uh, so for me, like once I got out of school, I ran straight to the computer at home, threw a CD inside there, had the microphone and everything. We rapping that way. But I wish we had that in school. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish we had
Yeah.
that in school to be able to build and be able to express ourselves. Because at that point, they telling you that that's not a way to go or anything like that. But once you find out, once you get out of there, there's a lane for everybody, no matter what you want to
Mhm.
do. So don't shut that lane down for the kids. Like open that up, whatever they want to do. Give them those options at least.
Yeah.
Like let
Yeah.
them have that option to
Yep.
be able to choose and decide if they want to how they want to express themselves like openly.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback, because something just came to me along the same line. Why do y'all think that's the first thing that's being targeted as far as being defunded and stuff like that? What do you think the real motivation behind that goes?
Can I go first?
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. After you.
It's a program, man. Like it's a program. They want the kids to be a part of a program. If you take that away, if you give them that, they don't have to be a part of the program. They can actually follow their own guidelines, follow their own whatever they need to do. They actually don't need you. It's to a point to where they're getting to a point to where they can just all work together and network together, but they don't need the program to survive and get to where they need to get to.
Okay.
But if you take that away, they have to be a part of the program. Like they have to get in the program. The program's like of what they want you to do. Let's say like it's not free expressing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more of a fall in line, fall in this line.
Yep.
Right.
To be honest, I think it's the first thing to get targeted in school budgets simply due to ignorance. I can't tell you, I was like the star musician in my high school. Like there's plaques with my name on it hanging in the walls today. My parents could not tell you what instrument I played. I mean, like it's just I think the majority of people in society think that music is a frivolous thing, or just the arts in general, to where there's no serious money making in it. And it couldn't be further from the truth. So aside from all of the warm and fuzzy things that it does for the children, I would just say, you know, there's like real valuable, like technical skills that people can get from it. And a lot of people just don't know that. A lot of people have no idea all of the jobs and all of the roles and things that kids are getting opened up to in these programs. Like I had a movie scoring project at one time when I was in school, and I actually learned how to like use finale and like score like a scene, you know what I mean? And that's like a real job. You know what I'm saying? Aside from what I do today, engineering is a whole nother can of worms. So yeah, people just don't know. People are just extremely ignorant. They think it's a very silly kind of just like for fun kind of thing. And I think that's why, honestly. And not to knock my parents are wonderful parents. I think they're just representative of the masses, and where they try to get me to quit playing music so many times. Like, you should focus on this, focus on that. You could be doing this, you could be doing that. They have no idea.
I have a younger cousin who dances. She's in her sophomore year at Howard right now, but she's been dancing since she was 3. So when you ask her at 15, what does she want to do?
Wow.
You know, her answer is, I want to be a background dancer for Beyonce. And I can tell y'all the amounts of times that her parents said, you're going to have to choose something in addition to. Like, you're really good at what you do, but you have to choose something in addition to. So I definitely feel what Tyler is saying.
I will say this too, if I can chime in. I agree with all three of you. Three wonderful statements and responses, and I'll keep it short. I also feel that it's easy, right, to say, okay, we have children here. We want to teach them to read and write, add and subtract, right? And if we can get rid of everything else in the budget, right, and say we're focusing on these things, it just makes it easier. And then it also saves a little funds for the people at the top, right? They can fatten their pockets a little bit. And I got to be careful because I work in education, but I just feel like it's easy.
Yeah.
Well, and it sounds good at those
seen,
PTA meetings.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the new grading scale? The new grading scale is crazy.
I seen that.
I'll say this as a
I can half be asleep in class and still pass.
Yeah.
Be Ezey da General now.
Listen, I'm gonna say this as an educator who is in charge of making those type of decisions, and I'm not defending at all the getting rid of arts. Like, in my position and in my school, we value the arts. Like, it is the very last thing to go. We make staffing cuts before we touch our music and art program because we see what it does for kids. But I think in general, it's easy because when you look at, I'll even compare it to like certain sports, right? Football is a moneymaker. People pay for football tickets, people pay for concessions, people pay for jerseys. So football is a moneymaker. It funds the rest of the athletic department. They are never going to cut a football team that's making money. But your cross country team, they're going to get rid of that because nobody's paying for a track meet. The cross country team is costing you money because you have to upkeep it. And that's the same with the arts in schools. They're not able to monopolize on them and make revenue from these. So they want to cut them, and they can. Is very capable of, like, they could do all types of concerts and things as fundraisers to keep these programs going, but they choose not to because I think administrators and districts are so afraid of asking people to spend money on kids.
I was getting
They
ready.
don't. That's
So-
bullshit. They give out candy every goddamn year. Them
But
bullshit candy bars.
but they will ask
Listen, they're
for
not scared to do. They're not scared to do what makes them money.
right. But they are afraid to ask people to fund things where that people feel like the school should be funded. And
Mhm.
so it's this field trip. We'll ask the PTO to help with that. We'll ask for donations for our sports equipment. But since music and art are classes, and since computer engineering is a class, we're not going to ask for money for donations for that. We're not going to do a fundraiser for that because people think we should be paying for this stuff out of the school's budget. And truth be told, schools don't get a lot of funding for extracurriculars, so you have to fundraise. And it's a fine line between the financial piece of it, but also recognizing like what is important to these kids and their families. Like I'm thankful that our school, that where I work, puts the arts very high. Like it,
Mhm.
I'm thankful of that because I see what it does for our kids all the time.
Well, I feel like education as a whole in this country, we should be more like how a lot of the countries overseas are. What, you want to do this? Well, that's all that you're focused on. Oh, you want to do this? That's all that you're focused on. All this other fluff, like, let's be honest and let's be for real, for real. In high school, you should be teaching these kids how to be adults. You took out financial literacy for a lot of people. You took out home ec. You took out,
Mhm.
all these other programs that really help sustain these young adults to become full grown adults. So then they graduate, right? Cool. You checked all the boxes of these tests and these courses. Then you ship them off to be adults without any set skill whatsoever and be like, have fun.
Yeah. Yep.
And, for me, that's going to always be a parenting thing. My kids fortunately had home economics, but they knew deposit slips, post office transactions, how to cook, iron, clean before they ever stepped in that school. So that's a fine line. But my children went to school in North Carolina, and it was different from Pennsylvania, where when they played instruments, both of them play instruments. In Philadelphia, they gave them the instrument. In North Carolina, they say, if this is what you want to do, you're going to have to rent or buy an instrument so that you can participate. Wasn't a problem either, but they still made those programs available to them with a little bit of parent participation.
I always tell people when their kids are into music and they're talking about college scholarships, I'm like, there's nothing better than a band scholarship. It's guaranteed. All you got to do is keep your grades up and play your music. Like, you get hurt in football, basketball, they're 1-year contracts.
Yeah,
Coach
they
might not
yearly.
knew that. So you might be out. But the band scholarship is the best scholarship outside of academics. It's the best scholarship for extracurriculars in college, period. So moving to the next topic, and as you can see, the question in the comments is, what would y'all say is the biggest accomplishment?
He ain't even here. You want to chime in and shit, be in the way? No, fuck his question.
I'm looking at this video chat. I'm like, 7 people. Who is this 7?
I knew somebody was gonna feel some type of way. Yo.
But he said, what would y'all say is your biggest accomplishment to date in your career?
And is this just referring to music production or audio production, or is that the topic? Ezey?
Is music is whatever lane you would stay.
I'll tell you what, for me, it's not one biggest accomplishment. Ezey was able to come and see a show last night where we had some local performances here, great artists, and we also had some artists come in from California, from the Bay Area. But the accomplishment for me is being able to bring people together, just all about frequency. Is like music, like art, bringing people together. And when I was able to go on stage last night and introduce an artist that I have worked with for a very long time, and just watch him come out and do his thing, and watch people just, I say fellowship, right? It was all positive. It was all love, and just let people express themselves. For me, it's those spaces where every time I get in that space, I feel like this was the biggest day of my career. Just watching music happen.
That's what's up.
Mine's as simple as just to be able to do what I love, just to wake up and get to do what I love whenever I feel like doing it. It's just like I can wake up, I can hum a beat in my head, hop straight on my laptop, do it, and love it to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even about just monetizing it all the time either. It's actually loving it and coming down and just like being a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would echo these two. I would have to say it's not one particular record, one placement, one performance. It's the fact that I bought my house with music money. Like, to own a house, you know what I mean? On a lot of salaries, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So I feel so overwhelmingly blessed, and to have a career that I enjoy going to every day. You know what I mean? Not to say that it doesn't come with its ups and downs and, you know, different stressful situations, but there's not a single day that I'm like, I gotta work today. Like, I never have that feeling.
It's crazy that you say that, because I was going to ask, since we're saying the biggest accomplishment, what would be some, because, you know, especially for a lot of creatives, or people that's not creative, they think it's just you go into the office, you hit a key, you make this fire beat, and then it's off to the races. Or you have the other side that's like, I don't care how talented you think you are, you know, you're never going to hit this rel pinnacle, or you're never going to hit the guru, you know what I mean? So why do it? So what would you tell the people that might aspire to be like one of you? Like, what would you give them, the realest of the real, as far as that goes?
What I like what Tyler said is just being open and honest, like about the ups and downs. Everything in life we do comes with ups and downs, right? But with me, it's about my soul, right? If it's what you feel, right? If it's in your DNA, if it's in your soul, go after it, you know. And I know it sounds like so cliche and so just regular now that people say that. Go after your dreams, chase your dreams, but it's not even a dream, it's your reality. Live your life, live it how you want to live it, right? And if you want to be a soccer player, be a soccer player, right? See how far it takes you, whatever, but just go for it. And and I know these two professionals will attest to this as well. When you have frequency in your DNA, in your soul, it's different than just picking up something and doing something, right? You can become an artist, a musician, or whatever at whatever age, right? But if it's in your DNA at whatever time in your life it happens to you, it's who you are, and don't change who you are.
Okay. I'm with Macho, man. Like, to tell someone, basically, it feels with the ups and downs and everything like that. For me, it just feels like you just grind it from the mud. So that success that you have, when it is the ups, it makes it that much more sweeter that you pulled yourself up from the down to the ups or anything like that. And then it just makes it all sweet, bro. Like, it's nothing like really grinding for something that you actually believe in and that you want to do, and making it like come to fruition.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
I'll speak. Oh, sorry, Tyler. Go ahead.
No, I was really just gonna echo his statement. Like, you gotta be yourself. You have to have it in you. You have to do it for the right reasons. You can't come in this industry, you know, wanting to make a lot of money. That can't be the reason that you're doing it, because you'll just drive yourself crazy and get yourself in a lot of trouble, honestly. Like, even if you do get opportunities with that mindset, but yeah, you got to be in it for the right reasons and just put the time in. I would make music whether I was getting paid for it or not. And I personally think that your light shines brightest when you're just being yourself. So a lot of my biggest opportunities and have come from me just doing stuff, and somebody else caught wind, and now it's a money making opportunity. But you got to do it for the right reasons, and that's gonna be what builds a career.
That's what's up. I'll say
Easy.
I'll say as an artist in general, um, it's hard watching people that look at what you do and think it's easy, try to do it. And not only that, but like those who actually become very successful at it, it's hard seeing somebody just, oh, this is easy. I'm not even really good at this, but I just did it and people liked it or caught on to it. And now I'm famous for it. Where you have some people that are so talented that don't get that shot, that don't have those doors open or don't get that respect for whatever reason. And just the encouragement of like they all said, keep doing it, do it for the love, because those that come in to take the spoils, they fade out really fast. They get big, they get hot, but then where they at in 2 years, right?
And I want to echo Tyler too, just a minute. Like, to be able to support yourself off of what you love and like what you do. Like, I get the question of, like, you did all this off of just music? Like, hell yeah. Like, that shit feel good. Like, you know what I'm saying? When a person goes and be like, damn, what you do? Like, I produce, I engineer. That's it? Yeah, that's what the fuck I do. Like, this is what I love. This is what I did. Like, you got this from there. Like, that's a good feeling too. Like, yeah, I can break this down for you. You can actually do what you love and actually make a living off of that and do what you want to do. Like, that's what I do, love that part of it. Like, being able to make a living off of it, for real.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you though, Easy. You hit on something, saying that it's a lot of really, really talented people out there that never get that opportunity, and then it's that one person out there that figures out how to do one thing and runs it up on that. I'll say the difference between those two people a lot of the times, and this is just keeping it all the way real with the audience, professionalism and networking and relationship nurturing are, I mean, music is here, and like that stuff is like, it's really, you can't have one without the other if you're going to be successful in a financial kind of way. You know what I mean? Now you can be a really talented cat on the internet and not make no money because you don't go outside. Like, I know some really talented people that just lay up under their girlfriend all day. And you're not gonna make no money like that. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that professionalism, that keeping your network together, that checking in on people and just keeping those relationships warm, that's very important.
That's what's up.
So how would y'all say to do that, right? Because I'm believe it or not, I'm very introverted, right? And I'm also in a creative space. I just don't like talking to people all the time. Like, if you don't, what? You want us to have a conversation about what? Like, either you want me to shoot for you, or you don't. Like, keep it moving, and we also live in this age where now some of these relationships, you have to do a lot of fluffing. I'm not going to, hey, blow smoke up your ass to get this opportunity or do nothing. What? I make my own money doing nothing. I'm cool. You see what I'm saying? So what would you say is like, how does one overcome that if one even needs to overcome
I'll say this, because me and you are very similar. I am more like of an introvert, and I really put myself around crowds that I really vibe with. You can catch a vibe, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell bad energy. I because we're similar. You know when there's bad energy, you know when there's good energy, and then that's when you give out yourself. Like, that's when you become an extrovert, because you feel the good energy around, and you able to connect with those people. Because I'm really like that. Other than that, like, I stay away from the bad energy. I get away from that, and like the other people, we just click. We're gonna click, and it's gonna be a good vibe, and then we just get it rolling from there. I just surround myself by those type of crowds. That's all for me.
Yeah.
If I can kind of take that and then speak to the masses a little bit, I would say it's 8 billion people on this planet, and I think something that I had to work through at a younger point in my career was thinking that I needed certain people. You don't. There's always a bigger artist. There's always another gatekeeper. There's always another A&R. There's all, you know what I mean? There's always something else out there for you. So you got to just believe in yourself and just be genuine and authentic in all of your interactions. I don't play in nobody's face. I feel like if I feel like you don't like me, I'm the quickest person to just like fade away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them.
Not you calling Kenny Rogers.
I'm serious, you do, because I'm working on a placement right now to where it's an artist that I love and respect and I've always wanted to work with, but I don't know if this is my bag. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this vibe is my bag right now. I don't know if I can really give the best version of me to this project. So sometimes you just gotta be you. You have to be genuine, and people respect that. And when you step so genuine like that, like they'll come back to you with the opportunity that's for you. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our first segment, and we'll come back to the conversation in a minute.
Yeah. Hey. 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 Yeah. Hey.
Okay. All you hip hop junkies, you think you know hip hop? Well, tell me what happened today in 2005. Better yet, tell me what happened today in 1989. We know you don't know. That's why Ezey about to break this day down in hip hop for you.
Yo. So today in hip hop, one of the most iconic hip hop tracks. I remember rapping and dancing to this when I was a kid and trying to sing the sample because I didn't know it was a sample. I thought the lady was actually singing in the rap, and so I used to just run around. But Rob Bass and DJ Ezey Rock in 1988. That's older than a lot of people that's on this panel right now. They dropped It Takes Two. And I know everybody was like, whoo, It Take Two. I know everybody that was old enough to dance to that was grooving, dancing. That was our version of what they got now. What's the song now that these kids like?
What do they have? What do they have?
I don't think they got nothing like that.
Don't go digging.
Name one.
Man.
I'm waiting.
They ain't got nothing.
Don't go digging. You're not gonna find it.
But shout out to Rob Bass and DJ Ezey Rock. 1995, and this brother just dropped a new album a few weeks ago. But Raekwon hit us with Only Built for Cuban Links. And this what I would call one of the very first, before trap was a genre, but if like this was one of the very first trap albums. Raekwon was selling some dope. That whole album, everybody wanted to be a drug dealer in some capacity.
It was selling itself.
Dope was selling itself. In 2000, Big L dropped The Big Picture. And rest in peace to this brother, because man, I think he could have been just, if not the greatest, he would definitely be top 3, like in that conversation for sure. But shout out to Big L. Chuck D, happy birthday to Chuck D. He was born August 1st, 1960. So he's old. They just dropped a new album also, Public Enemy, like a couple weeks ago. I still haven't got to listen to it in full yet. I heard the first track, but I want to dive back into it. EPMD dropped Unfinished Business in 1989. That was one of the classic albums. It was their second, but Eric Sermon and what's his name, Parrish Smith, and them guys was getting to it. Let's see, Tribe Called Quest in 1996 dropped Beats, Rhymes, and Life on July 30th, 1996. One of the classic albums that they dropped. And then last but not least, this is probably my favorite release of this week in hip hop history. 1996, them Texas boys from Port Arthur, they came down and they hit us over the head with Rhyme Dirty. UGK, Bun B, Pimp C, Riding Dirty, man, and this is after like they've already dropped 2 classics, but Riding Dirty is probably my favorite UGK album of all time. Them boys, they put Texas on the map. They put Houston music on the map along with Scarface. But shout out to UGK for Riding Dirty. I'm gonna ask y'all, everybody, what is your to this day, like when you were growing up, which album did you anticipate or like get the most excited about when it dropped?
Mm. My first album that I learned from front to back was When Disaster Strikes,
Okay.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
I learned that from front to back. That's when you used to get the cassette tape and you just read through all the lyrics out the little pamphlet
Yeah.
out there.
At the
Yeah,
cover.
yeah,
Yeah.
out the cover. Yeah, that was it for me. Like the first song I ever learned, like from front to back, was Woo Hotter. So that was before when
Yeah.
Disaster Strikes. So
Yeah.
then I was like, so then that carried over to that.
Okay. Okay.
I was a very normal little girl. I was,
What's that
I
mean?
was by that I'm gonna say like in the early 2000s, 90s, I was all about like Lil Bow Wow, Lil Romeo, like those were the first
Oh, you had their
CDs
poster
that
and
I
stuff.
had.
You had their
Yeah.
poster hanging up in your
Oh,
bedroom.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sammy. Oh my God, that Sammy album. You kidding me?
Oh,
Yeah. So very much all of that. Mario. Matter of fact, from a production standpoint, I think that Mario album was the first album, mix wise, production wise, like the musicality. I think it's his like self-titled Mario. It's called Mario. That's the one where I was like, oh, I like music for real. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna reach back to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you go.
I'm gonna reach back to Tyler's era. I listened to everything from R&B, old school from my mom, old soul, gospel. I've listened to everything, but one of the albums that I anticipated the most, I was a huge West Coast gangster rap fan, and it was an artist by the name of Sibo, and he was dropping an album called "Enemy of the State." And I purchased that album when it first came out, and it actually got me through like my first summer training camp of junior collegiate football. And I would go to sleep to that album. I would wake up to that album. That's kind of where I got my strength and my inspiration from. But SIBO, Enemy of the State, it dropped in 2000.
Word up.
I'm gonna disappoint y'all because y'all know I spent most of my youth on the porch in
You can listen to music on the porch.
the church and
I
in
don't
the
know why
church.
she say that.
I want you to mind your business, hectic. But the most highly anticipated album for me was Alone in His Presence, CC Winans.
I know that's right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Everyone was a banger. Everyone.
Every single one.
Every single one.
For me, I've said it before. Reasonable Doubt. Jay changed my outlook on hip hop. Musically, though, overall, it was so crazy because when I heard his music and then I found out about his life, I was devastated. Like, so Marvin Gaye. I don't know which album, but that was my guy. When I found out listening to him in present day that he was no longer alive, I was like, when did he, like, I was so distraught. Like, I had no idea that such a, man, just such a soulful voice
Yeah.
was no longer on this earth
Yeah.
when I really tapped into music like that.
Wow.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That's what's up. I would
Easy.
say,
Easy. Hold on. I'm sorry because Hectic struck a nerve in me. I lied. The most anticipated album for me, because he worked on the album for like 8 years. I mean, Rand's 1500 or Nothing, Marsh Ambrosia, DJ Battle Cat, like all these names. My most anticipated album was Nipsey Hussle, The Marathon. Sorry about that.
Oh,
I lied.
listen,
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Sorry,
hold
Hectic.
you.
I lied.
No, I'm not even gonna hold you.
My guy Mars. I mean,
it's so unfortunate of when he passed and when that album was released to hear just such a wonderful body of work. And we don't say that too often nowadays, right?
yeah,
But that was just just a inspirational body of work, and it's unfortunate that it was
yeah.
after. You know what I mean? Like he got
Thank you,
his shine
brother.
after. But
Thank you,
yeah,
brother.
no, that's a dope fucking album.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest albums of all time. I don't care what nobody say. I will say this because that UGK album just like made me think about like because I wasn't really anticipating that one, but the album that I was anticipating as a kid, and it was because it was after his death. That Life After Death album. I ran to the store when that dropped, like literally ran.
Double disc.
Listen,
Man.
I had $27 after taxes. I had 19 cents left. I went grabbed that album. I ain't even care about eating out, and then just like, cause like Biggie was my favorite rapper, so he died, and then this album dropping. There's no way I'm not gonna have it. No way.
That's an expensive CD for that time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Peppermint
Double disc.
Was it yeah.
Yeah, Peppermint was hitting us over the head. they was killing
was
us.
this Circuit City or was this
It was Peppermint Music at the West End Mall.
Oh, in the
Circuit
That's
City.
where that's where
It was killing us.
Circuit City.
Yeah, most people forget about that.
Yeah, I paid $18 for a Cain and Abel album. Like, they was killing us. Like, yo. So I want to shift gears in the conversation a little bit. And I want to ask the three producers, who would you say as a producer is your biggest influence, or maybe some of your biggest influences?
Timberland for me, easy.
I knew someone was gonna say it.
Timberland for me, easy. Like he really creates sounds. I like creating sounds. I'm just like I don't want the easy basic thing. Like you know me, easy bro. Like I don't even want. I usually don't even like working with people that come to me with a sound like I want it to sound like this. Like no, let's create something.
Right,
I want to create
Yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? So I really get my inspiration from him for the most part. Because he's
Now,
creative.
I saw Tim. It was like one of them, little docs that they come out with every so often, and like when I think he was talking about the Aaliyah album and how most of the sound for that he created himself. You know what I mean? Like, listen, there's some geniuses in this world, and he's definitely. And I don't think he gets the credit, especially of today, like he used to get with us. But Tim is different. Tim is definitely different.
Yeah,
Tim's different. Tim is he's one of my favorites, but I'll tell you, as a person who produced mostly hip hop, but the dynamics and the frequencies of R&B has always been my favorite. Rodney Jerkins changed my life.
Yeah.
When he did the Brandy Full Moon album, sonically, for me, I had never heard music like that. I mean, from Brandy's arrangements, her backgrounds, to me, I know he's worked with some of the biggest artists in the world and has sold a ton of records, but I still don't believe that Rodney Darkchild Jerkins gets the respect that he deserves.
Bro,
Rodney's
he
my
used
favorite.
to, especially let's say late 90s, he was literally on everybody's track.
Everything, everywhere.
Darkchild.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say favorite producer of all time for me has to be Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah.
I'm a live musician, and I had always, Prince especially, but like Michael, and hearing Quincy bring live instrumentation into the forefront of popular music.
Come on now.
Did it for me for most of my life. I'd say modern day, I've always been intrigued by Pharrell and how interesting, how he can really grab your ear with, certain melodies and just making daring choices. But yeah, I think for me, or Dark Child too, in that R&B vein. Uh, but Quincy, yeah.
I said,
Nah, rest in peace, Quincy Jones.
Shout out, rest in
Talk
peace
about
for
someone
sure.
else that was very
yeah,
instrumental in a lot of people's lives, a lot
yeah,
of people's
Careers.
careers,
yeah,
mentoring. Like this man, and I watched his doc as well, and just to see where he pretty much started from nothing to where, regardless of whatever room he walked into, people, like, he was like the air was kind of sucked out from his presence because he had that kind of, what I mean, pose about him.
yeah,
Like, yeah, Quincy was one of the people
yeah.
I wish I would have met prior to him passing.
One
Him,
hundred.
Prince, and Mike. I wish I would have
One.
saw all three of them before they passed, because just the
Yeah,
stories and just their creativity, just the way their mind works, just sitting there would have been a blessing.
yeah. 100. I would say my influences as a producer, um, really, like there was a transition. Like there was a time I didn't really know producers. And so it was just like I like this type of beat. But when I started to like understanding what producers were, because I used to think honestly it was the dude behind the board. I didn't know it was the beat. Like, I mean, it's we'll talk about that and a little bit later on the show. But like when I started paying attention to who was actually doing the production, and I would say that for me, my biggest influence in the style of beats I make probably are DJ Toomp and Pimp C. But really, just thinking about the way I love to listen to music, Rico Wade was a different animal. Like if I could, and I would shout out the whole organized noise. If I could do what is in my head, it would be what they did. Like the stuff that comes out, obviously don't always, but what you hear in your head a lot of times, like that's for me is like that's I want to sound like organized noise did. And not like the outcast stuff. I'm talking about the TLC. I'm talking about like everything they did when they was working with Babyface, and it was like they just did music well. And shout out Babyface too. He was a pretty good producer.
I'm surprised no one said Teddy
Pretty
Riley.
good.
I'm surprised no one said Teddy Riley. Like,
I kind of feel like Dark Child was kind of off that Teddy Riley spin a little bit.
Yeah,
got you. Like he was like after Teddy Riley kind of influence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
that's what's up. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a top three, right? Dead or alive. Who are your top three people that you would want to work with in music? Or for Tasha and Hectic, who are your top three people that you would want to be in a room with and watch them work together?
Shit, I already told you, so that don't even count for me.
So it's Quincy,
Quincy, Mike, and
Mike,
Prince. I
Prince.
mean, well, just imagine, right? Just imagine you're sitting in the studio, minding your own business. You're a fly on the wall, and these three greats walk into a room to lay down a track together. Like,
Yeah.
They
bro,
did
talk
it. Prince
about
walked out.
experience. Huh?
They did it. Prince walked out. They were taking too much time for him.
Yep.
I'm saying if it actually happened, if it actually went through, that album, that song would have been, man, it'd have been crazy. Go ahead, producers.
For me, I'm a swap out Quincy because I want to produce the song.
There
I'm gonna
we
swap
go.
out Quincy. I'm gonna swap out Quincy for Teddy Pendergrass.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay. You want Mr. Turn them off? You want
Yeah,
that? Turn them
yeah,
off.
yeah. He gonna bring some energy in there.
I like fusion, so if I could produce a song, if I could be in a studio with three, um, two is from Cali. I would love to hear a song with Brandy on the hook with Nipsey Hussle, and then I would bring in Luther Vandross, a totally different spin.
Mm.
One of my all-time favorite vocalists,
Okay.
Luther
How would that
Vandross.
work though with him and Brandy?
Uh, Luther's gonna be a consultant. Like he's gonna be more of a writer and a coach.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would want Luther to push Brandy, probably do some things that we haven't heard her do before, right?
Okay.
And just to have the wisdom in the room, you know.
Dead or alive, I'm going, and this is a loose three.
It's
'cause
hard.
This is a loose three, but I'm gonna go Whitney Houston,
Let's go.
Frank Ocean,
Ooh.
Shit.
and Prince,
See,
like
I-
on a
Wow.
collaboration. I
Yeah.
just think that would be such a crazy
Okay.
situation.
Whose track is it though? Whose track is it?
That's important.
Because
Frank.
if someone's track
There's
is
only
someone's
there's only
feature.
one answer to that. It's always Prince's track. It's
Prince.
always Prince's track. It's always Prince's song. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Prince could
Okay.
Prince could talk on the intro in his Prince song.
It's
Yeah.
It's
over.
Prince song. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prince could come on there and say his new name, and we not even
Right.
hear.
Right.
He's like, it's
Right.
Prince.
Like Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
He did a Pootie Tang. Tasha.
So I am a fan of voices, right? And not voices with everything behind them, just pure sing-song people. So I would go, oh, this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna go Kelly Price. I'm gonna
Are we
say
talking about Hurt Kelly or Healed Kelly?
I would say both Kellys. Thank you very much.
I
Give me a mixture of Kellys. Give me a mixture of
okay. Okay.
give me some Marsha Ambrosius, and I would even it out with Tank. And I don't know what it's going to sound
Oh,
like.
you want to be pruned and fucked.
You always gotta be
Over church organ. Over church organ. Huh? Over church organ, Hector.
I need. It's what I need. Can I have what I need, please? Thank you.
She
Yo.
wanna be warmed up, then bam, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Over
got
church organ.
Over
Yeah.
church organ.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need
I would.
the organ with the pipes, not just any church organ. The one
I
with
got
the
that right.
Oh, you want the pipe pop. Okay.
Real,
drink
real
now.
quick, can I just
Before you
add
drink
a fourth
out.
person for mine? Can I add a
Go.
fourth person? I
Go.
want to add Anita Baker.
Oh
See,
boy.
now we talking.
Oh boy.
Why
Yeah.
would you
Now
add-
we talking.
Oh
Why
boy.
would you add Anita?
Caught up in
Man,
the rap.
I love Anita. I
Caught
love
up in the
Anita.
rap.
That's my favorite singer. I swear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I would say my three that I would want to work with, and I'm like Tyler, this is a loose three. This is really loose three. But Curtis Mayfield,
Mm.
for sure.
Mm.
Gotta be singing the hook or something. And then Nas on the rap part. And I would want to rap on it, so I would pick Corey Moe to produce it.
I'm not familiar with him.
So Corey Moe, okay, this one of the things he don't get a lot of respect, but he's one of the biggest producers out of Texas. So if you heard it out of Texas, Corey Moe did it. As a matter of fact, but I'm gonna sub Corey Moe out for David Banner on the production.
Okay. Okay. You went from Texas to Mississippi. Got it.
But and the reason I'm switching because David Banner is a mentor to Corey Moe, but Corey Moe did a lot of UGK stuff, but David Banner actually would be the perfect producer for that song.
Okay.
Just his style, his work ethic, his mind. I would go David Banner, Curtis Mayfield, and Nas. So that's what I would do.
Huh. I'm trying to. I'm trying to hear that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a lot of organs, some
Hey, we got
introspective.
your pipes in there, Tasha.
We got
You
your
hear me?
pipes.
We got your
Not
pipes.
too much on me. Not too much on me.
We got-
Very
A
much.
lot of organs and guitar and bass,
Oh,
and then
man.
you got Curtis singing, and not
Okay.
Nas just do what Nas do, and Easy do what Easy
Yeah.
do. That's
Okay.
just what it
Nice
is.
what Nice doing, easy do
Yeah.
it.
That's right.
I
That's
like
right.
it. I like it.
So
Yeah.
something controversial I said one time, and I got a lot of flack for it, but I truly do believe this after hearing and listening and like paying attention a little bit more. So you know how we all, well, not all of us, because it's subjective, but a lot of us have held Jay-Z in that number one spot for many different reasons. And if we
Uh-huh.
just look at record sales, you know, we
Hey,
could
hey,
justify.
Tasha,
But
mind your P's and Q's.
You better tread
but
carefully.
Mind your P's and Q's.
You better
in
tread
my
carefully.
opinion, when it just comes to a pure rapper, an actual rapper, rap skills, I think we have been bamboozled. Nas is the best rapper of all time, in my opinion.
I mean, he's in my top 3. He definitely in my top 3, and he definitely
But
killed.
he's not the most like to listen to Nas. I feel sometimes I need to be sitting in the library with a smoking jacket and a cigar or a pipe.
And sometimes you want to be on a yacht. Sometimes you want to be at brunch. Sometimes you on the block.
Can you
Who you on the
elaborate?
block person?
What to you makes Nas the best rapper?
Come on, Tyler. Thank you.
So, in my opinion, just after listening to Nas's entire catalog from
Was written.
start up until his last project, and listening to his technical skills as a rapper. So not like he doesn't have the best punchlines out of anybody. He doesn't tell the best stories out of anybody. But when you talk about consistently having the technical skills at a point where they meet the standard of rapping, I think Nas has never failed on that. I think there are times where Jay-Z has dropped the ball, where he let a beat whoop his ass. I feel there's times where other rappers have just not been able to connect their verse to the song, or they couldn't catch the beat. And so like they've had times where they failed. I have not heard even a song I don't like, but if you listen to his rapping skills, I've not heard a song where Nas failed at rapping.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, please ask.
Okay.
And this is for everybody. Why every time the number one rapper comes up, we can't talk about people from the West Coast?
Oh, so
I'm just wondering.
Mainly because
I'm saying who? Throw a name out there.
Snoop is Snoop's so
the most
simple,
popular.
but he's brilliant. Snoop is very simple, but he's brilliant. And I think when Ezey was talking about consistency and never failed, I wouldn't even say Snoop, and I wouldn't even say Snoop, and I wouldn't even say Snoop is my like. I don't have favorites. I just love music, but I just often wonder why West Coast rappers aren't talked about in the best rappers.
Snoop is probably the most popular rapper ever, right? Hands down, because he's transcended not just Black culture, but he's in the kitchen cooking with Martha Stewart.
But see, we went away from rapping too. Again, we went away from rapping. I'm just wondering why.
But he's the most popular, right? Okay. As far as technical skills, no one is going to take that away from Snoop. I just don't think he's technically the best, even on the West Coast. I think there's far more better talent on the West Coast than Snoop.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna answer your question.
Just because I'm an East Coast guy, it's hard for me to be like, okay,
yeah,
West Coast rapper over here.
I think it's mostly because I'm from the East Coast.
I'm gonna answer your question in a very straightforward way.
Yeah.
I would say the reason why West Coast rappers don't get as much respect in the conversation of like best rappers, and honestly, I don't even really agree with that statement because I think Kendrick is one of the best rappers.
100%.
But what I would say the the situation is with West Coast rap, the identity of West Coast rap, especially older West Coast rappers, is it's not like, I feel like East Coast rap is very sparring or like rap for the sake of the sport of rap, and West Coast rap had always been about the vibe and the bounce and just the swag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think when a lot of people that have that conversation, most of the people that have that conversation are talking about the sport of rap. They're talking about how nasty can his flow get, how crazy can the bars get, how, you know, how fast can he spit, so on and so forth. So like, I feel like West Coast rap, just the identity of it is not that. You dig what I'm saying? Not to say that there's not some West Coast rappers in that conversation.
Yeah,
I fuck with you. I like that.
I agree with that.
I don't want to say democratic. What's the word?
Diplomatic.
That's what that was very diplomatic.
I don't even think it was diplomatic. I think it was actually like musically thought through. Like I think I mean, not to like debunk the part that it was diplomatic, but I think that from a musical standpoint, like Tyler know what the fuck. They know what the fuck. Yeah, Tyler's on point.
No, and I don't, even with us having this conversation between, I don't want to turn into East versus West.
Never.
We had that, but it is like, yes, there are some phenomenal West Coast rappers, but also in the whole scheme of things, West is running shit right now. Let's just be honest. For this whole 2024, 2025, it's been West Coast. I mean, you got Rayvon, you got Kendrick, you got the whole TDE out. They are running it right now. But it's going to be either the South or the East is going to take it over, especially with the Clips and Raekwon and some of the older heads now coming back into the fold. It's only a matter of time before the crown has moved over.
And you know, it's a couple West Coast rappers by way of East Coast. And of course, again, because of if I'm not going to try to say what Tyler said, but even Corrupt, like I think it's some brilliant, savvy spitters from the West. I do. And I don't want to get on this podcast and say who I think is better than who. I'm not going to do that, especially as a producer. And this is recorded. I'll do that in the barbershop.
He said, when there's no cameras on me, I'm gonna talk all the shit.
I'm not gonna do that. But I just thank you, Tyler. I'll just say that.
Wait, do we not count Pac? Do we not count Pac as West Coast? Do we count him as East or what?
So because he's been on both coasts, he's bi-coastal, and we're not going to give him the one.
Pac is West Coast.
No, we're not putting him as bi. We are not putting
Pac's West Coast. Pac's West Coast.
That's a West Coast rapper.
Yeah. But again, I'm not going to speak on that either because this is recorded.
So
you're going to stand on Pac as a West Coast rapper.
Here's my thought on the West Coast versus East Coast in terms of rapping. Like, it's like dressing, right? If you put on a suit every day and you just wear suits, you still well dressed. But I got a polo on, I got my fitted, I got some nice Myr1 jeans, I got my J's. I still look nice. So East Coast is a suit and tie rap in terms of like.
Think so?
Well, like just in terms of like when you talk about like rap, like it is the prototype. So like
here we go again. Y'all gonna lose me, man.
A suit being the
I'm
prototype.
getting sleepy.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. Don't put the South and net in the suit conversation.
I'm getting sleepy. Ezey da General. Y'all gonna lose me.
The West Coast is a casually dressed but well dressed version of hip hop, and like it's still like version. So when you walk into a room, right, and for a job interview, people are always going to look at the person in the suit like they're more qualified, even though the person that's casually dressed might be the better candidate.
Okay. Because the presentation
and the birth, and I know where Ezey's going.
That don't mean that the West Coast ain't got spitters over there. Because I'm talking, if you go back to the hieroglyphics days, they could battle anybody on the East Coast lyrically,
right,
technical rappers. But
some spitters down south too, though.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I'm
why
saying.
why are
everywhere.
we not talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not. I
Andre
don't know.
3000 is the best rapper.
Andre, oh my
He
goodness.
lost me with the flute.
Number one.
He
He
lost me with
made
the flute.
very good
Nah,
cleaning
real
music.
shit from the
Like,
south.
I
From
cleaned
the
my
south.
whole house with that flute playing in my background. It
Look,
was
He
side
got a
Now,
Grammy.
side.
He
you
got a
know
Grammy
what?
with that flute.
what are we talking
I
You know
about?
what?
believe that, Tasha. I
I
definitely
bet.
believe that you had your low essence candles and you were playing the new Flute 3000
Bet.
on repeat. I do believe that with
Hey,
Sage and all that.
well,
It was the
speaking of
way I needed
Tasha,
to listen to it. I couldn't listen to it like driving in my car. So it was
speaking
the
of
way.
Tasha and her low essence candles, we're gonna jump into the next segment.
Hey y'all. Welcome back to Signs and Shenanigans with Tasha, the only horoscope segment where your sun sign might drop a mixtape and your rising sun ghost produces it. This week, we're turning up the volume all the way up with the super producer edition. Whether you're beat building in the bedroom or mixing emotions with the Logic Pro, this one's for the creatives who stay behind the scenes, but also makes the scene better. Aries, you're in your yay era. Brilliant, bold, and slightly chaotic. This week, your creative drive is unmatched, but your attitude might be too. Touch one knob at the studio when you're ready to fight. Breathe. Not everything needs to be a bass drop in a diss track. Taurus the Bull, you're the executive producer of your piece. Ain't no feature more valuable than your calm. This week, someone may try to remix your routine, but stay grounded. Just because they're in your studio, don't mean they're on your album. Gemini the Twin, your duality got you acting like you're like a sample flip. Smooth 1 minute, chopped and screwed the next. You're full of ideas, but don't get stuck in demo mode. Pick a project, push play, and give it a real mix down. Cancer the Crab, your intuition is in Dolby surround sound, baby. You've been catching vibes before they even hit the airways. Don't doubt your gut, especially when it comes to business moves. Some folks got auto tune energy, polished but fake. Leo the Lion, you're the one making everybody look good in the credits. Don't be afraid to demand your name in bold. You've been quiet in the control room for too long. It's time to let the world know you produced the whole damn track and bought the snacks. Virgo the Version, every second of your day got timestamps and EQ presets. You're that detailed, but perfection is a myth. Even Prince had outtakes. Don't let your obsession with getting it right stop you from dropping the project. Libra the Scales. You've got placement energy, baby. Folks stay gravitating towards your frequency, but don't get stuck collabing with energy vampires. Every duet ain't meant to be a hit. Choose harmony over hype. Scorpio, you're the mystery producer with the fire beats and no social media. This week, somebody's trying to crack your code, but remember, exclusivity adds value. Keep them curious, but don't keep your brilliance locked in a vault. Sagittarius, you've got 10 beats, 3 podcasts, 2 screenplays, and a docu-series in process. Multi-talented, yes, but baby, finish one. Get something mastered and end the distribution. Capricorn, you're the label, the manager, and the producer. You are the infrastructure. Just don't forget, you're a whole vibe too. Rest isn't laziness, it's maintenance. A worn out machine can't crank out classics. Aquarius, you're out here building your own soundboard, innovator energy. But don't get so ahead of the curve you forget the people who vibe with you now. Make space for the tribe. Every visionary needs a solid crew. And Pisces, the fishies, little fishies, last but not leashies, you're making music from your spirit. Etheric vibes, deep cuts, but not everybody deserves front row seats to your unreleased catalog. Protect your creative magic, and remember, even Lauren had to walk away from the mic to protect her peace. Whether you're sampling the past, mixing the present, or dropping a whole new vibe on the future, remember, the universe is your studio. Keep your masters protected, your crew loyal, and your boundaries tight. This has been another edition of Signs and Shenanigans with Tasha. Keep your vibe protected, your edges laid, and your screenshots organized. See y'all next Saturday.
All right, I'm gonna need y'all to put some respect on the next sign that's coming up because we're about to take the fuck over, and I don't want to hear shit else. Okay, I just want y'all to know
Oh,
that the
please.
Virgo's about to run some shit. Okay,
Shout
all right,
out, please.
we're coming up.
Shout,
Right.
please.
Okay, hectic. Okay, hectic.
Don't nobody checking for Virgos.
No.
Not one person. Tyler, you're still with us. You're still with us. So, question for you. What makes you say that this beat is going to do something to somebody? Like you make a beat, what makes you know that that's the one you giving it to somebody and they're going to shit all over it?
Yeah, I'm a natural empath. So for me, if I don't feel moved, then I know they won't feel moved. And you just gotta go with your gut instinct, I think, at the end of the day. And also resting your ears, like shut it off, come back to it, play it again, and then make an assessment. But yeah, it has to feel like something to me. It has to invoke some kind of emotion that I know that person is well known for amplifying. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Easy for you.
So for me, when I make a beat, and this is what's difficult because as a rapper, I normally am making beats for myself. But when I make a beat just to make a beat, if I don't want to rap to it, I think it sucks. And so I have to get other people to hear it and see what it inspires in them. So it's really exciting for me to have somebody else. If I send a beat to somebody and they're like, yo, that's fire. What you about to do with that? I'm like, nothing. And then if I send it to a rapper and they're like, let me get on that, I'm like, that's you. But so I've had to learn, just because I can't rap to it doesn't mean it's not good. Or if I don't want to rap to it doesn't mean it's not good. But I'm also trying to learn, like, when a hit is a hit. Like, and you can tell, like, if you make a song, you know it's a hit. It's just now you got to get all the right pieces to it. You got to, you know what I'm saying? When you get the idea, a lot of times, you know, like, this is going to be a hit, but you got to just do it right. So.
And I think that's a big thing, Ezey, that you stated, because for like creatives, man, we'll look at some shit or we'll do something. We'd be like, nah, I ain't hitting. And then someone else would be like, man, that's fire. You'd be like, this? Like,
yep.
You like this? You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times we get in our own way from just being. You know, sometimes there is a thing as just being. Yeah, we want to be purist in anything that we do.
Yeah.
Like me, I remember when I first started photography, and someone was like, "Well, will you ever get into videos?" And I was like, "No, because there's that one shot. I want to capture that one moment." And now, photos like the least thing that I want to do, because now I'm like, I have to sit here and edit this and do. I don't want to do all that. I just want to shoot some stuff, put it out there, and be done with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can understand where you can make something and you be like, nah, I'm not feeling it. But someone else comes in and be like, yo, nah, that's fire. And you're like,
yeah,
here you go. You take it and make something with it.
Yep.
If I can add a little something, ain't no better way to make a song for somebody than to be in the room, that person making the song with that person. Because I don't care what type of AI voice you got at home, what type of idea you had in your head, reference track, nothing beats genuine collaboration. Yep. And you never know, man. I've been working with some artists that just a certain perk. I'm just going through percussion sounds, and it's like, oh, I like that
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever weird gyrating sound that was, and they just like, let's do something with that. You never know. Like you
Yeah.
like, so
No,
get in the room,
and
be in the room with folks.
And that
I feel
happens.
like that's one of the biggest things that is missing from music overall.
Yeah.
I feel this digital age, which is great, right? Because we could be not nowhere close to each other, still make the song. But I feel like that energy that two people in the same room, the same booth, had to like bounce off. You could feel the energy in the song when
Yeah.
they're right there. Like
Yeah.
that's why I think the Clips album is such a breath of fresh air because you knew they were there in the same rooms,
Yeah.
same time, same mindset, everything else, and all the way through. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
His
definitely think that is missing now is the
yes,
face to face energy and the person being in the same room and area with the whole team. Because remember, there used to be the A&Rs, which everyone thought, oh, who's this weird person just sitting in the corner? But the A&Rs used to be in the corners of a lot of these sessions, like, yeah, that I don't think that hit, so we need to add this, or we need to do
Mhm.
that, boom, 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 to make a whole collaborative project.
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's a lost art, and I feel like a lot of these kids is just stuck. Sorry, there's people screaming out here. A lot of these kids are stuck in their bedrooms or the college dorms, don't want to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we first started this whole call, like it's a skill you have to work on. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I was in the lab with me and my friends just fooling around.
Yeah.
So it's a skill that you build. If you're always creating by yourself, you're not gonna be good at creating when when the studio lights turn on
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the session time is ticking and
Yep.
all of that is going. So I would say to anybody watching this, if you're a producer out there, to practice working with other people
Yeah.
that you trust in low stakes situations so that you can build up that muscle. And when you are next to that A&R, you do go to that camp, that production camp, or that label studio or whatever it is, you can perform. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That
But let's
happens with
be
me.
honest, A&Rs are a lost
Lost.
entity too. Like, there's not enough A&Rs anymore.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean? Like,
I would say on that point, because like we've had the topic or the conversation before about a producer versus just a beat maker. And a lot
mhm.
of times, like you look at producers today, people just look at, oh, they made the beat, they're the producer, but the producer is the one that actually puts the song together, the project together. So a lot of those A&Rs were producers. They couldn't play music, but they could put it all
Had that
together,
here.
and they,
Hmm.
and that's what's missing. So Tyler, I'll ask you as a producer, like, what's your perspective on that in terms of just being a beat maker versus a producer?
I think it's all cool, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whatever you do best, whatever your heart feels, whatever you feel inspired to do when you sit down with your instrument or in front of your program to create whatever you're gonna create. I'm not really one for labels and things of that nature. Um, I whatever.
Yeah.
Like if it's a beat, you Drake might hop on that beat. Drake raps on regular beats all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I say stay in your bag, stay inspired is the most important thing. I get nothing from that conversation as
Yeah.
far as cutting somebody down because
Yeah.
they make trap beats. You
Yeah.
know.
And that's been my perspective on it too, is because like there are different things that people need. Not everybody needs somebody in the studio to coach them. Sometimes
Hmm.
you need a beat, you go make a song, you probably need a couple of people to hear your idea and help you make it better, give you some feedback, but you don't always need somebody to coach you. And at the same time, you could have no musical talent ever and just have an ear and a mind for arranging things and still help put together a great song. And so I've always felt like, this I felt kind of the same way. Like I don't have a preference. If I make a beat and I have nothing to do with the song outside of the beat, I still put together the music that created that song. if I walk in the room and coach you through a song or a verse or a hook, I had an idea that helped make that song better. And so I don't see, the difference either. So
Yeah, I'll say process aside, how you carry yourself on the business side of things. I mean, even if you're a beat maker, like you make beats, you're still a pretty like they don't have beat maker in the credits of songs on it. There's no such thing as the beat maker section of a split sheet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's composers, there's writers,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say be you, but on the business side of things, respect yourself. Because I know so many people that just sell themselves short.
Yeah.
And it's a hard battle because people are going to treat you the way you allow them to treat you. You know what I mean? So especially being an instrumentalist myself, I've had to navigate so many work for hire situations to where they didn't want to give me a royalty and so on and so forth. I remember one of my first big placements, there's a Summer Walker track on her first album. And the whole song is just my guitar. It's literally just my guitar and her voice. And the way it came to me, I was literally like driving Uber at night, and my homie called me. He was executive producing her joint. And he was like, Summer has this mumble track. She wants to flesh it out. Like, what you doing? Pull up, right? So she had literally a voice note came through, did a little something, but they tried to cheat me out of it because it was like a work for hire situation. They're gonna slide me some cash. She already had the idea, yada yada yada. The melody was already there. I just kind of
you ain't hear my guitar,
right? But everything I did was an original idea. Same with these beat makers, loop makers, or what have you.
Yeah,
all of that stuff is intellectual property, and I feel like we need to respect the music makers. Period.
100.
So how do you feel since you brought that out? There's a situation with 50 Cent and a producer, and at the time 50 Cent wanted to give him points on the album, and the producer was like, nah, just hey, give me 20 G's or whatever. And 50's like, listen, these points are gonna be a little bit more lucrative for you, but sometimes people can't see, they don't have the foresight to see what's going to happen, right? So they're in the moment here and there. So what would you tell someone trying to navigate that? Because here's the artist with the vision, like, listen, I don't even want to pay you this 50,000. I want to go ahead and give you points on this album. I feel like it's going to be more lucrative for you. How do you say navigate that?
From a business standpoint, and I think this is beyond music. Equity is everything. Equity is everything. So if you can afford to, always, no matter who you're working with. I worked with it's a very special artist. Her name is Kennedy Ryan. When I first worked with her, when I first did the track with her, we was working in somebody's mama's basement. We ain't really had nothing shaking, and now she's popping off. Like, and I just believed in her voice. You know what I'm saying? But we all believed in what we was doing. So I think if you're doing any kind of project, if you believe in it, first, you shouldn't be doing nothing that you don't believe in, first of all.
Yeah.
I think that's a waste of time. If you think it's not worth the equity, it's probably not worth doing. But I'm also, we live in 2025. Everything is expensive, right? I done been in sessions where I had to pack my own lunch, and I can't do Uber Eats with everybody else and everything like that. So get it how you live. You know what I mean? Like, be smart about it. Figure out your finances.
But they try to double back though after the fact.
Yeah, the double back is not happening. You just gotta have your paperwork together. Get you a music lawyer.
Yeah. Yep.
Get you a music lawyer. Get you a nice little contract, and just let it be the same. You gotta set expectations from the jump. You know what I mean? Like, when I first even have a conversation about working with anybody, it's like, okay, how you guys want to go about, the splits on this? Like, what are you thinking for this? Is it going to be a lot of, and hopefully you have a rapport, a relationship with somebody on that project or somebody involved in that, to where you can speak candidly and be like, hey, what are we looking at here? Is it worthwhile for me to, you know what I mean? How should I move? And just make the best decision you can, I would say, but always take the equity if it's available to you.
Yeah. I even like when people reach out to me for features, and I'm kind of like this anyway because I enjoy doing it. But if somebody's like, how much for a feature, and I'm like, let's just do the paperwork. If this song, if I charge you 200 for a feature, and then this song go platinum, I just sold myself short. I sold you short, and for me, it's like I didn't believe in that past $200, so I'm trying to get over on you. If I'm getting 200 out of you because I don't think this song gonna do anything, so it's like a lot of times that's what people are thinking is like this not gonna be nothing. I'm gonna just charge this person and get my money out and get it out the way. But a lot of times you gotta believe in what you're doing, and that's why I appreciate that you said that. If you don't believe in it, why you even part of it? You know, and
I had a business arrangement where someone had wanted me to be a videographer for one of their events. And I was like, all right, so are you looking to pay or am you talking about ownership? Like, what are we talking here? And they weren't trying to pay shit, right? And I had to pretty much be like, listen, where I'm at in my life right now, I can make money not leaving my house. So I have to make something for me to even want to indulge in this situation or leave or get out of the house
mhm,
and all of my equipment, right? Because we're not talking about no light piece of work. And I had to turn it down, but it took me years to not only because I don't like to say my personal work, right?
yeah,
Because when we talk about business, those are two separate things, and people often forget that your personal, how you feel about yourself, does not equate to your business work.
hmm
But I can stand on my business work and say, no, I'm not doing this. Like you need to come and write a check and I'll come out for that. But I'm not just coming out here for the love of doing it. Now I'm good off of that.
I ain't got
yeah,
that much love. I ain't got
yeah.
that much love.
And it
No, it
depends
took me
on
a long time to get to that point too, because I like the art of it, right?
yeah,
I like doing shit. I like being creative. I like being in that space. I love, directing and all that. But it does come with a point where you're like, nah, because I'm looking at X amount of hours of work, and I'm
yeah.
not doing none of this.
And for me, it also depends on the person and the relationship I have with them and the vibe.
I
Like
don't even give a fuck.
there's
I don't care.
there's
You
people.
can be my best friend. Now, how much am I getting paid?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like in terms of because it's different for you in this in the standpoint that like you're not getting points for videoing, right? But if I'm working on music with somebody that I have a real so for example, me and Mach, right? We don't ever discuss money. We just make music. And then we we like brothers. So it's like we know we're not gonna try to get over on each other, take advantage of each other. And it's really like without even saying it, it's 50-50 at the very least. But like
Don't you know
we
why you can have that conversation?
because we have that relationship.
No, because there's no real money involved.
Right.
And
But
I'm not saying that y'all won't be who y'all are
yeah,
if there's a couple O's put in that equation.
yeah.
But money changes a
It
lot of
changes
shit.
a lot of things.
When you come from we both ain't making nothing off of this mindset, that's totally different than oh, there's a couple O's to this shit.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, but I'm saying this from experience. I've been in those, hey, we brothers, we call our kids nephew and nay and all. We
No.
came from all of that. But when there's money involved, if you're in that good hearted, hey, I love you, there's no wrong, woo woo woo, you will always be the one burnt. And it's not
yeah,
coming from a place of being jadedness. You need to have that paperwork in
yeah.
place regardless of your relationship.
But
I'm sorry.
what I'm saying is like the whole idea of like if Mach called me and like, yo, what you doing? Let's go to the studio. I'm not thinking right now like, yo, let's fill out a point sheet, let's fill out a split sheet, and it's like let's go in the studio and make music. But certain people will be like, yo, tap in, let's go to the studio. I'll go. I might not be even planning to get on the song. I'll go to the studio and watch people create all the time just to be around and networking and not do music sometime. But if I get involved with the song, that is a conversation of like, yo, how we want to do this business wise before I even start writing this verse. Because if I write this verse for this beat, it can't fit nothing else. So I won't even waste my time. So what we talking to business wise. And I really hate working with people that don't have their stuff together. Like they don't have a PRO, they don't have a publisher, or they own LLC. And I'm like, how you moving in this industry, even if you're not expecting to make a lot of money, you want to get paid for your art. You want to get credit for what you do. And so like for me, it's like if I do a song with you and it's my song and you are on it, I need all that because I want to make sure I take care of things on my end to make sure you get paid.
But you're a good person. That's why.
Yeah. But I can't work
Everyone
with
doesn't move like you, Ezey, and that's what I'm saying. So us being on this platform and being like, yeah, sometimes you just feel it. You get in the studio or you just do this. We're setting the wrong precedent because at the end of the day, so many people in the creative space have been burnt because especially 2025, there's no more handshake deals that really mean
Oh
shit.
no, ain't nobody word good.
There's no more man or woman of their word that if I say something, I stand on that regardless if lawyers and stuff get involved. We don't live in that time anymore. So I get it, but if I'm feel like I'm gonna put Hectic on any project now, Hectic coming with paperwork. Hectic is saying for the foreseeable future, if this was to do X, Y, and Z, I need this.
Yeah.
And even I might, like I said, we might be the coolest, shirt off the back. But when it comes to this paper, this business, that shit got to move to the side. We need to settle this black and white first.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question for Tyler.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I wanna add a little footnote on there. I would just like to say it's levels to this shit. It's levels. You dig what I'm saying? And I know some people that are at a certain level where you can negotiate your way out of an opportunity. Like we said earlier, like you should be doing it for the right reasons. And everybody I know that is making a lot of money in music as a producer are constantly creating, whether it's in a label situation where the room is paid for and the sheets is drawn up and everything already taken care of and lawyers is on the email thread already, like whether it's that or whether they just at the crib, but like they're just constantly creating. So whatever you have to do to constantly create, make the stuff, and then I would say worry about the business when it gets to that point, but don't let the business stop you from creating at a certain level. Now when this is your livelihood and your career and everything like that, you got bills to pay. You got to make it make sense, right? So I'm at a point in my career where I don't leave the house for less than a certain number, and it should be that way. Yeah. And you surround yourself with people who are serious about their shit, right? So none of my homies that I'm cool with just pulling up on, or we don't really have to talk business and money up front, I know that they're serious about their shit too. So nothing that we create that has potential is gonna go untapped or handled the wrong way, mishandled, because I know that they're serious about their shit the way I'm serious about my shit. And then I also always say, don't feel like you have to have all the answers, because the business of music can be extremely intimidating for very talented young producers, artists, things of that nature. You can get your money on the back end. I know for a fact. If you, as long as you keep your like evidence that you did that song,
right?
When you know what I mean, when you get to where you're going, you can go back and get your money on. I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but I know people who done won some very big lawsuits years later. Not saying that
the Super Soaker dude said he was 70 something years or something like that, won all his royalties back from Super Soaker. So there's ways.
So go to the session. If you a kid out there, go to the session You know what I mean? Like, go create with the homies, sharpen your, you know what I mean? Like your skill set, do the stuff, and just make sure you leave that session with your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, don't not leave this. That's how a lot of people really lose out on their money, because they just leave the session without getting the bounce or whatever, the stems, and
Yep.
they want to ask niggas for stems after. No, like, leave with your everything you came with. You know what I mean? And organize your stuff. Like, get a hard drive, label your hard drives by year, month, whatever you got to do. Artists, I have folders for every artist that I work with. You know what I mean? So be organized and be serious about yourself, but don't never, ever, ever let that stop you from just creating for the sake of creating, especially if it feels good. Now, don't put yourself in a situation that don't feel good if somebody trying to take advantage of you. But if you feel like creating, go ahead and do that session, because it could turn out to be amazing.
Yeah. So Tyler, I want to highlight some things, if you don't mind, that I learned about you as I was doing some research. You worked on Tiny Desk with Doechii, playing your guitar. This is actually how I even found out about you. Not from that. I found out about you because I saw a reel of you playing guitar, and I was like, yo, this is fire. And I literally reached out to you right away. Like, I stalked your gram a little bit, and I was like, I got to get her on the show for the producer episode. But after you agreed to come on, I'm doing some research, and I see you on the Tiny Desk, right? I see you doing live performances with artists like larussel and different people, and I'm like, okay, you moving how you moving, right? And how a lot of us want to move. And you know, you're not a household name yet, right? I don't even know if you aspire to be, but like, you getting your money and you getting your opportunities. And so I feel like if I'm in your shoes, I don't care about being a household name as long as them checks coming in. But when I see somebody with your level of talent and some of the people that you work with, and then I see you are such a humble individual, like how do you balance, like, when people do recognize you from things like that? Like, how do you respond to that attention?
I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. I don't know what else to say. I'm grateful for everything that comes across my plate. I practice gratitude daily. It's an active practice. I struggled with depression and things of that nature for a lot of my life. You know, I got closer to God and just, you know, things of that nature. And I learned how to practice gratitude, and that's something that really pulled me out of a dark place, was just practicing gratitude. So that's what I do now. And I think just naturally, me being myself, I'm a very like amicable, like approachable person.
Yeah.
So I try to always look approachable and try to always just like show love, give love. I'm a true like fan of music in general. So I'm always like on the net, like hyping people up, showing love, sharing the music that I like and things of that nature, and just connecting with people on a more genuine level.
Yeah.
A lot of the relationships that turned into opportunities for me came from, you know, something like they posted a picture of their like, you know, their performance rig and just a picture of some keyboards. And I'm like, oh, I really like that keyboard. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that. It don't always have to be, bro, fuck with your new drop, bro. Let's work. Like, it don't like that's whack to me, you know? So I think just be real, be genuine, be yourself.
Yeah.
But in regard to just like the Tiny Desk thing, I think that's just a true testament of like staying down and nurturing relationships. I met the MD, Doechii's MD, at a Love Renaissance production camp. And we were working for, we did records. We did a ton of records. I was there all week. It was as broke as I had ever been. I was just in there, and ain't none of them records come out. Like stuff with Black, like all of the artists, you know what I mean? None of those records from that camp came out, but I met some amazing musicians. One of those musicians turned into Doechii's MD, and he reached back for me when Doechii needed a guitarist. Just for me, you know, keeping that contact together the whole time.
And I think that was my question. My question was, what do you think helped you most? Was it your talent, timing, or the relationships that you built?
I'm not the most talented guitarist out there at all, by a long shot. By a long shot. It's some people 12 and 13 years old playing circles around me. But at the end of the day, I know what I do well. I know what my secret sauce is. You know what I mean? And music for me has always been cathartic, right? So it don't matter what stage I'm on, who I'm playing in front of. When I get that guitar in my hands, I really just go to a whole different place. And I don't know. I think it speaks to people, and I know that that's what's, you know, what I have that nobody else can take from me or that nobody else can have. And I just try to really put myself there anytime I get an opportunity, because that's my secret sauce. That's what I got that nobody else has.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I will say you are one of the most talented guitarists I've heard, and I've recently, over the past few years, have fallen in love with guitar because I've been trying to learn to play and just like
I
listen
see your
to
guitars in the back.
and
I peeped you.
right
That's
away,
just for show. It's just for show.
I see.
right away when I saw you play, I was like, there was something different about you. Like, and as you explain that love and that passion and it's taking you to another place, it's kind of like Joe Gardner in what's the movie Soul, when he started playing the piano and he's just like, he's out of there. He's on another planet. And I could see that when you play. And a lot of people don't get to experience that. Like, that's fortunate that as musicians, you get to experience being taken away from this earth and all your cares gone away. It's so therapeutic. So I just want to give you some props and big up you to everybody. Like I know you're not selling yourself short. Like you being real when you say like there's probably 13, 14-year-old kids that could play, but listen, it ain't a lot of them.
No, and I
I
also
appreciate it.
understand the perspective or the of being humble, right? Because there's so many people that as soon as they get the little bit of accolades, they like, yo, I'm the biggest on the block. You never, and people sometimes don't even realize it be those little things that people be like, you know what, you might be the best, 100% the best, but because of that, I don't even want to deal with you. I'd rather deal with someone that's mediocre, but the energy and who they are supersedes anything. I'd rather deal with that person than someone who's just super full of themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize that as
Music is such a
especially
special thing, Hectic. Music, if you're like stuck in your ego in a musical environment, whether it be producing, performing, writing, a conversation like this, if you're stuck in your ego trying to do good for music, you'll lose. You know what I mean? You'll lose every single time. Music is one of those things that it's best. It's like this unseen like synergy in a room, right? So like if you can humble yourself, and it's not even like, I mean, everybody's different. I don't know, but if you can just like take you out of it and just be there to see what's special, like say us on this Zoom call, we all about to make a song together. I want to know what's special about each of y'all. I really don't give a damn about how cool I am. If I want to make a cool song, I want to know, what does Tasha do best? What's Tasha's secret ingredient? What's Easy's thing? You know what I mean? Like, I want to try to bring the best out of everybody else and like see how my spirit reflects off of y'all. So in order to do that, I think you have to be humble.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's some, I mean, Kanye, he's pretty
Wow.
good, makes great music. So that's a case study right there. But I don't know.
But you brought up a great point. Me and a couple people for this whole week been listening to old Ye's shit, and we be like, damn, we're never gonna get that Kanye again. And to the point where now no one even cares to put on his music, regardless of how great it may be, because he just did too much that people like, you know what? You might be the greatest. I just don't have time for you.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to someone else who's not as great, but is not just every day just saying a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and we all know who Kanye is, but it's then got to the point where you've became so egotistical, became so not who you presented yourself to be when you first started, that people don't even want to fuck with you no more. Period.
Yeah.
Regardless of music.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. That's really tough for Kanye. I will say, with or without anybody else, Kanye can really make great music by
Yeah.
himself,
And
which is fortunate for Kanye.
Right. But who's gonna listen to it?
Yeah. Right.
And you
I'm
still
not
gonna
gonna lie.
listen?
Hectic. Like, if Kanye comes on my shuffle, I'm not skipping that.
Yeah.
No.
He at 10. He at 10. His attitude
No.
just ain't fine.
But I'm not even talking about his older stuff. I'm not even talking about 2020 and beyond. Of course, I'm in this, there's some people that's in jail now. If their music comes on, I'm still singing it.
On God.
I'm still singing it.
God.
You know?
You can say his name, Hectic. You can say his name.
He did.
You can say Tory Lanez. You can say Tory Lanez.
But it's like his newer stuff, because of who he became, I'm not rushing out to go listen to it. Now, if it comes through my feed, by all means. But how many times have a Kanye album come out and all of us is just in the same room, same space, and hit play, and we're just all vibing to it?
Yeah.
No one's doing that.
Yeah, no.
So out of respect for your time, Tyler, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. So my last question for you, and you've given quite a bit of, you dropped some gems and given a lot of advice. But is there anything else any other piece of advice that you would give aspiring producers, musicians, artists that want to have success in music?
Keep the main thing. For whatever reason that you started to do music in the very beginning, latch on to that. Always keep that at the front of your mind. It don't matter how big the stage gets, how big the room gets, how big the record gets, how much success you're able to make for yourself. Keep that main thing the main thing. Remember the reason you started, and you'll always succeed. So that would be my little tidbit.
Word up. And then before we go, just tell the people again about you. Tell them where they can find you. Anything you want to highlight that you have going on. Definitely,
I'm Tyler Victoria. A lot of people know me as Tyleronguitar. You can find me on Instagram at Tyleronguitar. Although that's my handle, I'm much more than a guitar player. I produce, I songwrite, I engineer, front of house, monitor, playback. I'm a huge technology nerd, so get at me about anything engineering related or anything of that nature. I love to talk about that stuff. What I got going on this year? Got some records coming out. I can't say too much, but we got some records on the way. And that's it. Y'all be safe. Be easy. Keep God in your life.
Real quick, before you leave, which field do you, if you do all of those, if you're more than a one-trick pony, what's that thing that's what you love to do?
Guitar is my thing. Guitar is the thing that God gave me. It's the voice. It's my voice. So when I really want to say something, when I really want to speak, or when I'm really feeling like I need to get something out, guitar is always going to be that outlet. However, I truly enjoy facilitating live music. I love it. I love it so much. So whether it be me on the stage or me helping the people on the stage sound as good as they can sound, I absolutely love live performance and all the technology and all the engineering that comes with it.
That's what's up.
All right. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate y'all. This is a wonderful platform. I enjoyed the conversation. This has made my night go way better, because I would have been playing spades on my phone until 2 o'clock in the morning. So
nice. Well,
appreciate y'all.
Happy
If I
we could make that happen for you. And again, appreciate you coming on. Also, shout out to Mach. Appreciate you coming on and chopping it up with us. Also to Kern. All three of y'all keep doing y'all things. We
yeah,
wish y'all very, very much success, the very best, safety, peace, love, blessings, all that good stuff.
All that stuff.
You know, I- I'll be following. I'll definitely be following.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, we'll talk. I
yeah,
hope to see y'all soon.
All right.
absolutely.
Take care. I
All right.
like her. I like her a lot.
Yeah. Like she was very much the only person. So I know Mach and I know Kern personally,
Mhm.
like, and I've worked with both of them. I got music with both of them, and I had somebody else in mind that I also have a relationship with. And when I seen her and I reached out and she confirmed, I didn't even reach out to them. I was like,
Hold on.
yeah, like I was like, we got the perfect three, and so this was very much a great conversation and great perspective. Um, even I always try to learn something, but I learned quite a bit. You
Um,
know,
I have a kid who speaks with his guitar, self-taught. So when she said that last bit, I'm like, oh, every day I hear him playing
yeah,
something that he is saying through those strings, and I love
word.
that. I love
That's
that.
what's up. I'm trying to I'm studying the language. I'm trying to speak it. Is
Lord.
he's gonna be bilingual one of these days.
He taught himself bass acoustic, bass acoustic and electric guitar and keyboard. Like
Yeah,
he has science brain, but he got a creative
yeah.
lifestyle. Craziest thing I ever seen.
That's what's up. So Tasha, go ahead and let everybody know what you got going on, and
Me every week.
yeah,
Why y'all do this to me? Y'all
because
follow.
just
My name
follow.
is my name is Latasha. Sometimes rhythm and blues, sometimes Miss Stokes 79. You pick a platform, plug it in. I'll come up.
69. You
Miss
said 69. I
I'm gonna stop talking to him. I'm gonna stop talking to him. That's what's going on. I'm gonna stop talking to him.
Yeah,
Just plug my name in, Latasha Stokes. She'll find me. I promise.
word up. All right, hectic.
all
The
right.
key to the 69.
Uh, y'all know who I am, and y'all know who I'm not. So, go to HD Nation on YouTube, and find both of my wonderful shows, Whatever by Hectic and also Beyond Pixels. I've been slacking, I know, but yet I hit 90,000 views, so yay me. I also have been back filming. For y'all that know what that means, that's what I've been doing. I do have I just locked in on a deal for someone coming not this week but next week that I'm gonna shoot content with for 3 days. I'm really, 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 really excited about that.
Cause you need three
Uh,
days.
for 3 days. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So um yeah, we're going to shoot some amazing, amazing content. I already have my creative juices, wink, wink, flowing. So it's going to be very cinematic. I am thinking outside the box and I'm coming out with different concepts that I want to shoot with this person. So stay tuned for that. And if you ever want to be a guest on, whatever by Hectic, don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can facilitate that. Yeah, you don't have to be part of the adult industry. You can be a regular, degular person. I like regular, degular people. Just have a story to tell because I don't want you to come on my show and be boring because I hate that. So,
yeah.
with that being said, and catch me every Saturday night on this show.
Hey.
Hey. And y'all know me. It's Easy to General. Follow me everywhere at Easy to General. I got music out. I got music on the way. I got shows coming up and all that good stuff. So it's a great conversation. Until next time, be enlightened, stay enlightened. We out this thing.
We gotta go.
If I can figure out how to go.
We're gonna be on for another 2 hours.
Hey, I mean, we might be here for another 2 hours. So I don't know. We just gotta make it do what it do. Because
Can't turn it off.
We can do it.
all
Turn
right,
it off easy.
I'm just we out.
Yeah.